So now that we've defined physical and human geography, we're now going to look at the 5 different themes that geographers study. In other words, what do we care about as geographers? So please, in your Google Docs, where we started taking the notes and defined human and physical geography, please write this on the next line, the 5 themes of geography. This is what we're going to be studying for the rest of the unit over the next couple of weeks. So please take a moment, and if you need to stop the video and pause it so you can write this down, please make sure that you write this title, the 5 themes of geography. So, what does it mean when we say the 5 themes of geography? Well, the definition of the 5 themes of geography, and please record this in your notes, are the 5 topics of human and physical geography that geographers focus on and study. So, in other words, of all the stuff that geographers study, and really it's kind of everything, right? It's the environment, it's humans, but it's also how humans are impacted by the environment or change the environment. We kind of organize everything that we study, all the human and physical geography, into 5 categories. And these are the 5 themes of geography. So what we're going to do in this video lecture is we're just going to really quickly record those 5 themes and a really brief description of each. And then each class period over the next couple of weeks, we're going to go into more detail so you understand each a little bit more in depth. So today it's just going really quickly so that you can record it in your notes, and then we're going to be going back and talking about each one. So please write down each one of these themes and its definition. And it's okay if you don't understand something right now, because we're going to be going back and studying it more. So the very first of the 5 themes of geography is called human environmental interaction. So remember, we talked about physical geography, which is stuff found in nature, and human geography, which is stuff that man creates. Well, human environmental interaction is kind of what we really care about as geographers, which is how does the physical geography and the human geography interact and change each other. So for instance, because it's really cold where I come from in Minnesota, a lot of us have a lot of coats and jackets because we need that to survive in the environment. And therefore, the environment has shaped how we as humans live. But also, when humans do things like make products in factories, we create pollution. And so that's then impacting the environment. So the very first thing we care about is how the 2 things, the environment and humans, interact with each other. So it's how humans shape the environment and how the environment shapes human culture. The second theme that we talk about and care about in geography is called location. And this is really easy. This is one of those kind of duh definitions. Location is where a place is found on the Earth's surface. You're like, Miss Mary, seriously, we're going to be learning about location? Like, I know my address, all right? I know how to use Google Earth. But that's what we're going to talk about, is how do we define where something is? When do we use something like relative location, saying, oh yeah, my house is down the street from the school? Or when do we have to use absolute location? Things like latitude and longitude. And we're going to be using that and learning more about that within the next few days. The third theme of geography is the one most people have trouble on, so we're going to spend a couple days later on this week on it, and that's region. A region is an area of the world that has definable characteristics but not always fixed boundaries. That's a really super fancy way of saying this is how we kind of group places on this planet. So places that have similar characteristics, like they all speak the same language in those countries, or they all practice the same religion in those countries, we group them together into a region. It's kind of like how we say South America is Latin America. because they speak Latin languages like Spanish or Portuguese. And the reason we do this as geographers is it helps us to kind of define the world around us. There's a whole lot going on all the time around us in the world. So we make these regions where we group places together so that we can help to understand them a little easier. So the fourth theme we have, guys, is something called place. And this is more like when we learn about culture. We're going to be learning about place. Place simply means when we talk about the unique human and physical characteristics of a location. In other words, what makes a place special? So remember we watched that Brazil video, and I asked for you to find examples of the physical and human geography of Brazil. Well, you were doing this. You were finding its place. What were the unique characteristics of Brazil? So things like Christ the Redeemer, samba, carnival, Amazon River, all those things are the place. What makes Brazil unique? So really it's basically the culture. And we're going to do an entire unit just on this, on culture. And then our very last theme is movement. And we're going to be talking about this all year long. Something we really care about as geographers is what products and people and ideas move from one place to another, but also what is the impact of people going from one location to another location? What's the impact of products and goods going from one location to another location, and ideas? So this is a big thing, especially when we talk about population and refugees and migration. Why do people move? And what impact has it on the environment and the new countries that they move to when they go there? So this is going to be a big topic we talk about all year long. All right, guys, like I said, you do not need to have a good understanding of these 5 themes. Today, all you are doing is writing down their definitions. And then over the next couple of weeks, we're going to spend a couple days on each theme so you can become experts on them. But right now, it's just getting the definitions so we can talk about them more in class. So if you need to, remember, you can always rewind the video and pause it to make sure that you have all the information you need. And always let me know if you have any questions.